Episode of Daydreamers Club. I'm your host, Drew Elaine, and I am so excited for today's episode. Before we begin, I just have a few house notes. I don't know the verbiage for that I kind of want to talk to y'all about. The first one is that I am the type of person when it comes to doing things in life, and I don't know, how do I describe it? I don't like to read instructions. I'm very bad at it. If you put them in front of me, I won't read them. I just kind of wing it. And in the same breath, I'm like, well, it's gotten me this far. I wish I would have read some freaking instructions or asked some people, because the first few episodes of my podcast after editing, I realized that the guest mic, just the clarity on it is not great. And my mic is just way better. And I hate that. So I have upgraded the guest mic and like fixed some settings. So after about like my fifth episode, it's going to be even better. I just have some pre-recorded episodes that I have already done, and I would hate to have those guests redo them because they're all really great. Additionally, I'm I'm telling all of y'all this just because it's along the lines of what I was talking about in the first episode. Y'all are kind of on this journey with me. Not everything's going to be perfect at first. It's me learning. I've never done a podcast. I'm not a video girly. I'm a photographer. So I am learning the ins and outs of everything. Secondly, I want to talk about today's episode and the guest I have on. Her name is Aoife. She is incredible. I feel like when I was re-listening to the podcast, she was actually, I think, the second person I interviewed, and I could still tell that I was just a little bit nervous. Even though she's a very close friend of mine, I realized there was just things we didn't touch on and talk about. So I want to talk about them before the podcast begins with her episode. One of the things I want to share with y'all is that she has been an educator for a huge hair brand, that she has been flown by this company for speaking events and education events. And when you are an educator in the hairspace, there's a multitude of ways that you can do this. But the level of educating and the type of educator that she was one of the youngest educators. She blows me away with how much she's accomplished at her age. And you'll kind of hear a lot in her interview too about how much she's done. And she just works so hard. And I don't think she gives herself enough credit. So I'm here to give her all of the credit. She also owns Austin's very first head spa. She has a head spa and a hair salon, and she's a board certified trichologist, which is someone who specializes in scalp health and hair loss. And so with the head spa and with being a trichologist and having her own salon, she is now launching her own hair products, shampoo, conditioner, different sprays, like a hair mask as well. She has so much that she has been working on. And I'm like, we didn't even get to talk about all of this. It's called Selah, and I think it's going to be launching within like the next few months, if not sooner. She's actually originally from Ireland as well, and the products and the ingredients are inspired by Ireland's coast over there too. So the whole line is really beautiful. I've actually been using it on myself. I don't struggle with hair loss, but I love the shampoo. I get excited for my hair wash days. And if you know me, not that I'm gonna say I hate washing my hair, but it's such a chore because I have very, very thick, coarse hair, and it makes it so much easier because of the way it actually washes my hair. And then the conditioner, this sounds like an ad. It's freaking not. I actually just love her products. So you don't need them if you aren't suffering from hair loss. Anyone can really use them. The conditioner conditions my hair really well, which again, if you have like thick, coarse, curly hair, you really need that. So I am just super, super excited. I'm so freaking beyond proud of her. I just really wanted to talk her up before the podcast started because I just feel like there wasn't enough that we got to talk about and not enough time. And maybe I'll have her on in the future once her hairline has launched and see where she is in like a year from now. But anyways, I'm just so excited and I'm so proud of her. All right, so we are about to begin the second episode of Daydreamers Club, but I just found these cards that I have in my house, and I was thinking it would be kind of cute to begin this episode reading one to y'all. It's called There Are No Coincidences. It's a manifestation deck and guidebook, so I'm gonna like pull a random card and let's see what comes out from here. what does the universe want you, my listener, to know today? I always shuffle them in a way where I want a card to fall out. Like for me, if a card isn't flying out, then it's not the right card. I can feel when it's happening soon. The Miracles card is the anchor of this deck. It's why signs, symbols, and messages appear in the form of cosmos, nature, and thresholds and chances. It is your consciousness that exists right now at this moment in this form, and it's perfect. The Miracles card manifests literally. Though its form may not always be straightforward, in fact, sometimes the most tremendous life altering marvels can first present as a disappointment, rejection, or even betrayal. But difficulties and miracles are not mutually exclusive. In fact, they often pair together in perfect poeticism because you and only you know that the specific flavor of existence that defines your narrative. Perhaps the miracle is the alchemy, the ability to transform those most challenging circumstances into divine inspiration. The Miracles card reveals the power of possibilities baked into everything, both monumental and minuscule. When this card appears, don't be afraid to suspend disbelief. Nothing is impossible. Okay, is that not like the epitome of Daydreamers Club? I'm like, nothing is impossible, y'all. You can do it. I promise. Your journey and the things that might be happening in your life right now that are so devastating. Obviously, I'm not going to say like, don't be devastated. Don't be sad, because obviously we need to feel all of our things and work through all of that. But this moment that you could be experiencing right now where you feel like, oh my gosh, I'm never going to chase my dream. I'm never going to have this. You are just exactly where you're meant to be. So thank you guys, and I hope you enjoy this week's episode of Daydreamers Club. Welcome back to this week's episode of Daydreamers Club podcast. Today I am joined with Aoife Marie. Aoife Marie Beauty, what is it?
Yeah.
Yes, that's her handle. I'm
my government
so
name.
yeah.
My government name is
Aoife Marie Beauty. I'm so excited to have you on. As we know, between you and I, this has been like 2-3 months in the making of us trying to get my shit together to do this with you. So, and thank you
I've
for
been
being
here
here.
since the idea of podcast formed in your head.
Yes. We tried to film an episode. I was like, let's do a mock episode, which also in hindsight was like in front of my kitchen with like 2 dining chairs. And I was like, yeah, this looks good.
It was the blind leading the blind.
Yeah.
Figuring out how microphones work.
Which I think they did work, and we just, yeah, it's fine. We're here now, and look at us. And I'm still struggling with my goddamn microphones. But Aoife is incredible. She has done my hair for like the last year. I praise you to everyone. She also has gotten me from box dye black to pink. Actually, she got me blonde, but then I wanted to go back pink. So, sorry about that. We'll go blonde again soon.
It's a work in progress.
It's a work in progress. But she is very talented. She owns her own salon, and she recently also like hired a full-time employee. She is just like one of those people where I would trust her with my life and my hair. And yeah, so just tell me a little bit about you and kind of how you began and how you got into the hair industry.
I had the weirdest start to the industry. So this is like actually like a pretty funny question. So when I was in high school, I worked at Hot Topic. Okay.
Love Slay.
Yeah.
Honestly, cool girl. Love it.
And through working there, I met one of my bosses did drag. Okay. Hey Ryan, thank you. So when I turned 18, he brought me to my first drag show where I met like a bunch of people who did drag. And I was like, this is so cool. And it's such like a cool, expressive way to put together like creative outfits, right? 'Cause
Yeah.
they were doing like looks and it was just so cool to me. And I was like, oh, I didn't know that you could do that. Like I didn't know you could just like play dress up in a very specific campy way.
Mm-hmm.
So I started styling wigs because I loved doing hair.
And how old were you?
18,
Okay.
maybe 17, who knows, maybe 16, who
Yeah.
knows.
I was 10.
Legally, I was 18. Another fact I need to also put in there is my senior year of high school, while all this was happening, I dressed up in pinup clothes for school every single day. So I did my hair in like the pinup
You like
rolls.
insert some photos?
Yeah.
You got some photos for me?
So I did my hair every day. I did like the makeup every day. So when I saw all these drag wigs, I was like, oh my God, this is like worlds colliding. I can do this. So I started styling wigs, and that was kind of like my intro into this world. Then I went to beauty school, because I was like, I absolutely love styling hair. I had no interest in cuts or colors.
Wow.
0%. I know.
So when you started beauty school, were you like, I just want to do stuff with hair, or was it like,
Yeah, I said from day one I was gonna be a celebrity stylist, which I did do.
yeah,
So
knocked
check,
it? Yeah,
check.
check, done.
But I was like, I'm only gonna be a celebrity stylist. I don't care about color. I don't care about cutting hair. This is what I'm gonna do. And I took my first celebrity client while in school, actually. So
Wow. So really easy task to knock out.
really,
You're like, okay,
yeah,
I did it.
right. And I was like, great. Then after I graduated beauty school, I only styled hair, so I only took clients. Then I started working a blow dry bar to make some money during the week. Because obviously like styling gigs are only on the weekend.
Yeah,
So I was like, she needs a little bit more money. And I wanted to buy a house. Check, did that
check.
too. Yeah.
Okay, easy.
Easy.
You're just
Duh.
really good at knocking out these goals. She's a Virgo, by the way.
Yeah. I love a task.
You have to have like a list. You're like, okay, list with checks, gotta
Yeah,
get it
I'm
done.
gonna do that, and then I do it, and then I'm like, okay, what's next? So what's next after that was I wanted to work Fashion Week. So I started working with brands and worked Fashion Week. All of this time, my first like I've been doing hair for 12 years. Is that right? Maybe 10.
Doesn't that feel crazy? Because I feel like I'm like, we're the new adults.
Right.
Like when she shows me like her business model and stuff, I'm like, we're like 16. Like, how are you? How do you know how to do this? This is crazy.
That's actually the fun part. But you know, it was like a long time ago. I actually didn't cut or color hair until like probably 6 years into my career.
Wow.
Yeah.
What? So it was mainly like in the beginning, you were just like styling wigs and being a stylist
Yeah,
and
going to people's houses, styling their hair, red carpets, Fashion Week,
so when you
braiding.
finally got into like cut and coloring, were you like, I guess I should try this now? Or
I actually only did it. So I should also back up. I've done like a lot of cool things. Like the styling world was amazing to me. I worked backstage Coachella. I
so
did braiding
fun.
bars at every festival. Like it was like a fun gig.
Yeah.
Then fun wears out. Um I don't even know what happened, but I just wasn't booking as many gigs. So I was like, oh, I should probably just like work in a salon so I can make more money.
You're like, let's pivot now.
Pivot. And then I did. And so
And now you
I started
are.
just working in a regular salon and now I own a salon.
That's great. Another thing checked off the list.
Yeah.
And so going back to like before all of this, it sounds like you were like very creative in your teen years. Did you know that you wanted to work for yourself? Was it always something like in the back of your head you were like, oh, okay, I'm gonna be an entrepreneur one day? Or was it just like,
That's so funny because I have never had a dream job because I've never dreamed of working. Period.
amen?
Period.
Honestly?
You know, like as a kid, and they're like, what do you want to be when you grow up? I'm like, what do you mean?
Honestly, now that you say that, I feel the same because I couldn't ever answer it. Like
Yeah.
I was just like, makeup artist. I didn't
Yeah.
know. I was like,
I guess a veterinarian.
yeah, I really want to go work a corporate job.
Yeah, like, oh my God.
Can't wait to climb
would
corporate
love to
America.
I would love to make reports.
I
Oh my
can't wait
God.
to do Excel sheets. Me at 15. Absolutely not.
Yeah. So I didn't go to college. I was like, I don't want to do any of that. So I guess I have just been rolling with things as they come. COVID threw like a huge wrench in my life because I was at like the height of like my styling career, working in film, doing what I wanted to do, and then COVID happened, everything shut down. The writer strike
Crazy.
happened, everything shut down. So I didn't get another like film job for 3 years.
So you
Right?
really had to like learn to pivot.
I had to pivot so hard. I was already working in the salon most of the time, but I had to like commit
Mm-hmm.
because the other was basically like working in the salon was half my income, and then the other styling stuff was my other half of my income. So like COVID happened, took 100% of my income away.
Wow. That is so crazy. But it's also knowing you post COVID. I can't imagine you any other like doing
Yeah.
anything else at the
So
same time.
during COVID is when I went back to school.
Okay.
So my salon is a hair loss salon. I'm a board certified trichologist, which means I'm an expert in scalp care and hair loss. So that was my huge pivot.
She also has Austin's first hair spa.
Yeah.
Yeah, you were the first one.
I was the first
People
one.
don't know that, but she was the first one here.
Yeah. I just had to like do it with my own money. So it's not as big as I wanted it to be, but
We'll get there.
we're getting there.
It's on the list.
Yeah, it's on the list. It's on the list.
on
I
the
did
list.
it though. I did it because I had to import the actual like head spa machine. And the company I worked with had never shipped to America before. So it was like a big,
Like, let's try this, y'all.
yeah, I had it custom made. It actually got stuck in customs for 7 months.
That's insane.
Yeah.
That's so long.
Yeah, it was so long. I didn't think it was coming. I actually gave up on the idea. But then it showed up and it was fine.
You're like, let's see, I guess it's a pipe dream now. It sounds like you've had a lot of things happen that have like thrown wrenches in your plan, but you've like persevered, you've made it through, and you've done it with like a positive attitude. Do you feel like that? Like, is that just me being like looking from the outside in, or do you feel like, yeah, like I just kind of like,
Yeah. Looking back, I'm like, oh wow, I really handled that well. In the moment, no.
yeah,
In the moment, I was like crying myself to sleep every night, like, waking up one day and your whole income in life is gone and being like, so now what? Is it ever coming back?
mm-hmm.
Because we were only supposed to shut down for 2 weeks. And then 3 months later, I was like, so
Am
am I poor?
am I poor?
Is this my
Do I have to have a
new
dream
life?
job?
Yeah, am I gonna have to work corporate?
Oh God.
So basically, I have never, to answer your question, never once have I known where my career is gonna go.
Mm-hmm.
Every time something happens, I just pivot. We just move in a different direction. What I'm doing now, if you had told me back when I was styling wigs that this would be, it's actually full circle because I'm actually back to making wigs.
Going back
So to answer your question, my career has gone completely full circle because now I'm back to wigs. Okay, so it's actually like pretty exciting.
Wait, I love that.
But if you had told me back then, especially when I was like working in film, that I would own a salon and like that would be my life now, I would be like, absolutely not. That sounds like my worst nightmare.
Like that's literally what I don't want to work.
Yeah.
I don't want
I
to be
don't want to
working.
do that. I don't want to have employees. I don't want to have like people breathing down my neck all the time. I'm living what I thought was my worst nightmare, but it's now like a dream.
Yeah.
So
It is the dream job.
yeah, but is this what I'm going to do forever? Probably not.
Probably not.
Probably not. I'm going to pivot as many times as the universe forces me.
Yeah, I feel like I know. It's like, let's change. Let's change.
Yeah.
Next. You've done this already. So when you were like, okay, I'm not going to go to college. Obviously, you went to hair school, but were people around you like, oh my God, you're not going to go to college? Because I feel like right now in 2025, going to college isn't like it's okay if you don't. But I know when we were back in high school, it was like, oh my God, you're going to be a homeless person if you don't go to college. Like, was there an impact with your family or with friends? Were they surprised?
Actually, no. So I'm from Ireland originally. So like I was born there. My whole family's there. It's like very customary to take a gap year.
Wow. Love that.
Yeah. So like a gap year was encouraged to all of my siblings, just to like go figure it out. I wanted to travel. I wanted to see things. So it was encouraged. But what I told my dad is that I was going to go to beauty school because I was always interested in hair makeup, right? So I was like, let me just do this because then I can pay my way through college.
I love.
Right? Then my first year doing hair, I made, I think $40,000 my first year.
Also back then too.
Back
it was
then,
you were a millionaire.
$1 million.
You were a millionaire.
I was living at home. All my friends were gone and in college. So I was just like alone here. I bought a house that year.
Wow.
At 22 years old, I bought a house because I had $40,000.
Yes. Yeah, we are each other's like, what is it, doppelgangers? Or like, her and I, when we first met, it was like our experiences in life were mirrored to each other, but she grew up in North Austin and I grew up in South Austin.
Yeah.
And so we were like, wow, we are like very similar people.
Yeah, we did the exact same thing. We're like, you know what?
At the same time.
We could go to work and be poor forever and have student loans, or we could put our fucking boots on the ground
and work.
Make some money for anyone else and you will yourself. And I think that's really it.
I agree with that 100%. And I think when I decided not to go to college, my family was like, they genuinely thought, I remember my grandma, which she denies now, she's like, I knew you'd make it. I'm like, please, I remember you telling me that I was going to be 30 years old, like living at home still. Like, and I'm like, no, now I own my home and I've done everything myself. Like, I haven't had anyone to lean on, which is also trauma, not a flex, but
I
it's fine.
know, but like both of us own our own houses, like
Yes.
as
Yeah.
individuals. Like
Yeah.
there's no rich partner, there's
Mm-mm.
no rich
Parents.
parents,
Yeah.
there's no like the entrepreneur life it's a lifestyle, maybe.
Yes. Yeah. And I definitely agree with that. I think a lot of people, they get like, it's crazy to hear how many times you've pivoted, because I feel like a lot of people would get really stuck. And like obviously in the moment it was like you're crying yourself to sleep every night, but I think that would discourage a lot of people. And the thing is when you are an entrepreneur, like you are going to pivot. I just did
You
a
have no choice.
interview the other day where it was kind of the opposite, where like COVID actually was the reason why she made it, is because like she was doing other stuff, and then COVID, she started posting on TikTok. TikTok.
We love
But
TikTok.
she does like website and branding and stuff. So hers was online. It wasn't in person. So of course it was going to like
Yeah.
excel, because it was like,
Total 180, yeah.
but it's just really interesting to like hear, first of all, how like COVID has affected people, but like the pivoting and like the throwing the wrenches in the plan. And so now you're at a point where you're like, okay, I own my salon. I have employees. You're doing the damn thing you never thought you'd really be doing. What has that experience been like? Has it also just been kind of like, we're just going to throw things to see what sticks?
Yeah.
Or, yeah, tell us a little bit about that.
Sure. I thought I was going to go to college to study business.
Mhm.
Okay. But now the way I see it is you can either study business or you can do business.
Yes, I love it.
I also looked up the salaries of the professors who were teaching, and I was like, well, no offense to them. Okay. If you're listening, if you're
Sorry,
a business professor
professors.
listening, if you knew what you were talking about, wouldn't you be doing it?
Wait,
Ooh.
that's kind of crazy.
Yeah.
Like
if you
I love that you're like, let me see how much they're
let me
making.
see how much you make. And I was like, I'm actually like not making
How much were
that
they
much
making?
less than you. Like between like 75 and 100.
Oh,
And it's like,
yeah. It's like, why don't you own a business?
already doing that. Right. If you knew what you're talking about, wouldn't you be doing it?
Yeah.
Why are you here?
Yeah. Don't talk about it, be about it.
Yeah. So I was like, instead of like paying money to go learn from someone how to do it, I'm just gonna figure it out. So everything that I've done, it's me and my business partner, ChatGPT. It's me asking a question, being like, how do I get licensing for this?
How do I trademark?
How do I
Okay,
make a trademark?
I will
How much
say,
does it cost?
to be fair, I tried to, what was it? Was it trademark? Or when you have a podcast, what do you have to do? Patent it? No, not a patent. Maybe it is trademark. Doing that is
You
so...
trademark this?
I'm going to trademark the name.
Hell
I haven't done
yeah.
it yet. But it's like $350.
Yeah.
Right? Okay, it is trademarking.
Yeah.
See? I'm like...
It depends what it is, because some things you have to, yeah, it just depends.
It takes
There's intricacies.
months, first of all. It's not like you can just buy your trademark license online immediately, which is how it should be, but whatever. And it's very confusing. That website, couldn't figure it out. Took me way too long.
So I go to ChatGPT and I'm like, can you break down the steps on how do
to run business.
how to run a business? How do I make a marketing plan?
Love it.
Figured that out. But it's basically life keeps throwing me wrenches, and it's like dodgeball. You can dodge a wrench, you can dodge a ball.
Yeah.
That's the
Just
title
like
of
it.
the episode.
Yeah.
You can dodge a wrench, you can dodge a ball. I've had like 90 different jobs within the industry.
That's insane.
I think that's like what people don't understand, because it's probably same with you. It's like you're not just a photographer, you're an editor, you're a social media manager, you're
yeah.
a branding expert, you understand how colors works, you understand how art works. Like it's not just taking a photo.
No, it's so much.
Anyone can take a photo.
It's so much more than that.
Yeah.
Especially with when you have clients, like client-based businesses too. Do you feel like what has been like the hardest thing that you've had to maybe learn since owning your own business, or like the biggest thing? Like, do you struggle with imposter syndrome? Is it, just understanding like the business side of it? Like, what, I guess, advice could you give for?
The hardest part is definitely the imposter syndrome. It's like I'm 29, like
I'm like, you're a
I'm
child.
a baby.
You're a child. Child bride.
Also, like what I'm doing, no one has done yet. I'm like literally paving the way. So, self-plug, I got put on a 30 under 30 list.
Yes.
What I'm doing is different than what other people are doing. I am doing the salon in a very untraditional manner.
And I also
manner.
feel like when people have imposter syndrome, this is kind of like what I realized when I was struggling with imposter syndrome a lot, even like starting the podcast, is it's because we're having to self-validate.
Yeah.
It's because like we're doing something that maybe it's like hasn't been done before, or it's, you know, when you're in a corporate role, you have a boss being like, "Good job. You're doing it right.
Yes.
You're doing this. Like, great job."
Yeah.
And so like I feel like with imposter syndrome, like you are literally paving the way. You're like, "I'm just gonna keep
That's such
going."
a like way to put it.
And
Like
it's like
no
a
one's on
self,
the outside being like, check. Like you
yeah.
did that. Good job. It's also like we're perfectionists. And so
Mhm.
like I'm not happy, if I'm being honest, with how the salon is right now.
What about it?
There's just like so many things I want to make better. But that's exactly it. Like from the outside looking in, you're like, no, like it's successful, it makes money,
Yeah,
it is
you're doing the
decorated,
thing.
it's doing fine. But like in my head, I'm always like, okay, my next step. Like it's hard to sit and enjoy what you have,
Wait, I relate to that
right?
so much. This
It's
fucking
it's
room,
really hard to like
my
sit.
house.
Yeah. It's hard to sit and just appreciate what you have because we're as an entrepreneur, I'm always like, okay, well, here's what I want to do, and I'm not there yet.
And it's also like, okay, I did this, but this could be better, or this could be, yeah.
Social media is also such a struggle for me because I'm not quote unquote done or like quote unquote perfect. I feel like I don't want to show what I'm doing yet because I'm not done.
Yeah, I see what you're saying. Like you're like, I'm not that it's not everything is completed how I need it to be, so I don't want to show it.
Right.
But I
And
think
the
that's
completed thing is like probably 10 years down the road, like this is,
yeah.
I'm being crazy.
But I was gonna say I feel like that's like at on the other hand, what people want to see. They want to
Right.
see you being like, "Hey, I'm a business owner and like I'm a founder and I'm doing XYZ. I have all these other things I need to be doing, but or not need to be doing that I want to be doing. Maybe need to be
I
doing. It's
have
fine."
like 30 unfinished projects right
Yes.
now.
Yes. And I think that's like it's just part of the entrepreneur life
I
is
also
that.
have this is like what I tell myself all the time, actually. So like this is like some good advice for people who want to be entrepreneurs. The people who are successful are the ones who didn't quit.
I love that.
You never know when like quote unquote your big break is going to be because it could be like on the opposite side of this problem.
Mhm.
Right? It could be like the next idea could be the big one. But am I going to let like other people who don't understand what I'm talking about? When I open the salon, so it's a hair loss focused salon. I take all clients, right? But mainly I want to work with people who are like suffering from hair loss so I can help them with it and do extensions and pieces and wigs and toppers, things like that.
Mhm.
When I was explaining that to people, even in my industry, they were like, that doesn't make any sense.
How does
Like
that
they're
make
like,
sense?
well, because they're like, are you doing a head spa? Or are you doing a salon? Like, it doesn't make sense. And I'm like, well, it's both.
Both.
So it's hard because people on the outside are always going to doubt you because,
It's like even it's the worst when it's also people in your industry.
yeah,
Do you feel like you can get a lot of advice from people like outside of your industry? Do you kind of
yeah.
like lean on that more?
I have the best mentors within the industry who like support. But what I also gathered is like other people's opinions are none of my business, first of all. Second of all, if they had a good idea, they would have done it. Right?
Exactly.
Like, I will
Again with the
never,
professors.
yeah, I will never take advice. Another good quote that I saw, I'll never take advice from someone who I wouldn't trade places with.
Oh,
Right?
yeah.
Because your advice doesn't matter to me if I don't like how you're living. Especially like I'm starting a hair product brand right now,
Hmm.
and a lot of people have been giving me unsolicited opinions.
Unsolicited opinions and advice, the worst. Out the window. I'm like,
And I'm like,
just tell me
a
you're proud
lot
of
of
me.
them, it's like thank you so much for the feedback. Unfortunately, you don't know what you're talking about.
Unfortunately, that was like a very corporate email. Like, thank
Unfortunately,
you so much.
thank you so much for your unsolicited opinion. You don't know what you're talking about. You don't know how much things cost. Like, yes, that would be a cool idea, but that's not my brand. People just love to give you opinions, and I'm like, you don't even work in this industry. Like you send emails all day. I don't necessarily need you telling me how I should do
What to do,
my
yeah.
job.
Exactly.
Because as far as I'm concerned, I'm the expert in the field, and
You're like, I'm paving the way. Please
this is
do
what
not
I'm
tell me. You
doing.
do not know. That is so frustrating.
My dad thinks I'm like hand making the products for some reason. I love that. Like he thinks it's like moonshine, like I'm making it in my bathtub. And I had to, it took like a couple of conversations for me to
Imagine.
realize that that's what he was thinking.
Imagine your hair product is just you're like
Yeah,
a little
like,
witch in your tub making
He
potions.
literally thought it was like over the stove, like I'm cooking the product. And I was like, no, 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 no. Like it's made in a lab.
They're like, no, this is like a
They're just-
legit thing.
they're shipping it to
I'm
me.
not pretending to make potions in my bathtub.
But he just kept asking me like these like logistics questions, and I was like, what are you even talking about?
Well, it's also a lot of time they do that. Like I think sometimes advice and all that can be well intentioned, but it also comes from a place of like, well, I know better than you, or like I have more life experience than you, and it's like, okay, that's great, but you also are not in my field. Like it is different.
Also, like you can give me advice, but you're not living it.
Exactly.
Right? It's not your money that you're putting on the line.
Right.
Because if your advice was good, like I said, if your advice was good, you would have done it.
Right.
If you were like willing to risk your money,
Then you would
then you would have
have
done
done
it.
it. Exactly.
So I just don't need people's opinions.
No, it becomes a lot.
Yeah. So my advice to every entrepreneur, also like, I do think people, naysayers who come at you, there's naysayers for everything. A lot of the time it comes out of jealousy.
Yes.
I get that a
Yes.
lot from people that I went to school with, like high school,
Really?
who went to like corporate positions, because what I think happened, like what you said about college, I get that from my peers. They thought that I was going to be broke and alone because I chose hair school, right?
Yeah.
They're like, you're going to be working at the Walmart $7 haircut center. So the fact that I like
Imagine.
built it from nothing to this, I get a lot of people who are like not supportive. A lot of people who linger and like watch stories but never like any posts or like never interact.
So
And I'm like,
weird to me.
you're always here. It's probably the same for you. They're like, oh, just Drew with a camera. Like they don't see you as Drew the business owner. They see you as Drew the girl with the DSLR.
Yeah, I have a lot of times people, for the most part, I've actually, like, from people from high school have been supportive because they've been like, oh, you were always so creative. Like, it's so crazy. It's so cool that this is what you're doing now. But I can also tell that, like, a lot of people don't understand that it is a business. Like, one time I had this guy at a wedding come up to me and he was like, so, like, how do you take PTO? It's like, bro,
I don't.
I don't. And I don't have health insurance. That's the life.
You should do a whole episode about the downsides of being an entrepreneur.
Yeah.
Because it's great.
It's amazing. Like,
I
I
will
wouldn't
never-
trade it.
I will never in a million years, I don't care how hard I have to work,
Yeah.
I will never be a slave to someone else's schedule. Because if we want to take time off, I'm not gonna like go to a boss and be like, hey, Mrs.
Hey.
Boss Lady,
Hey.
would you mind if I took this weekend off to go to a wedding?
That's me in the mirror to myself, honestly. I'm like, can I please have a day off? But I will say, like, I'm like the opposite where it's like, I feel like people from high school have been supportive. My family has been the ones.
It's not funny how it's opposite.
And I'm like, y'all kind of suck. Like, it's not everyone in my family, obviously, but like, my stepdad always makes comments like, oh, well, it must be so nice to be unemployed. And I'm like, bro, you don't understand how hard I work. And like, he doesn't also understand like the value. He's like, I would never pay. I cannot believe people pay Drew. Like, he's like, I would never pay more than $200. Like, my photos are fine. His photos are like 20 fucking years old. Shouldn't be saying any of this, but I'm just gonna believe redacted. But like, it's a thing.
But I think that comes from a place of jealousy, because this person, maybe we won't name who it is, who just redacted that
Maybe
portion.
like, or even a friend, I think she's jealous that like she didn't, first of all, she's always had a man. I've done everything by myself. She's never not had like someone financially to like lean on, and I, again, like,
It's crazy.
I've done everything myself.
That's why we're like this.
Yeah. And you know, maybe she could have done something in like a creative field. And I'm not saying like sitting here like, oh my God, she's so jealous of me, but like, it all is also weird that like there isn't support from said person.
No, I think that's from jealousy, because think about it. They've been slaves to corporate. They
Yeah.
work 9 to 5. They've worked 9 to 5 Monday through Friday for the past 40 years to get 1 week off a year. And that 1 week off isn't even, I don't know, like
Yeah.
it's not enough. It's not enough. Then they're tired after that. And then they have to go back to their boss who's yelling at them. And then they see us and we're like, right now we are sitting here. It is noon on Friday.
It is noon on
It's noon
Friday.
on Friday. We're sitting here having a good
Yapping.
time. We're at work. This is
This is work.
This is work,
I know. Sometimes I have to like remind myself like this is crazy that like
Right.
this is work.
Like, of course they're jealous. They're typing
It is
emails
still
right
work
now.
though, I will say.
They're in a meeting with their boss, and their boss is telling them that they're denying their PTO, right?
Yeah.
Like, and we're here being like, should we go to San Diego for a work trip? Right? Like, come on.
That's so fair. That's so fair.
Be jealous.
I know. Wait, we should though. But yeah.
But that's the thing. Anyone could have chosen this path. Okay. There are two paths that we take.
And it's also not too late.
Right. Education or work your ass off. Okay. And we chose work your ass off. We're reaping the benefits now. Right.
Yeah.
We've also been working every day for 10 years to get to this point.
Yes.
But people don't see that portion.
No, they just see
are
our
mad
cute
now.
little cameras or videos or whatever it is.
Right. Well, they see us like reaping the benefits of this work for yourself lifestyle that they could have done, but someone talked them out of it, right? Someone told them that they would be poor, that they needed to go to college, that they needed to do this career path, and they listened.
But you shouldn't always. I think that's the thing. It's like with this podcast too, it's like I want people to know that like first of all, being an entrepreneur is so not a linear line. Like even with your story, it's like, oh, this happened, then this happened, then this happened. It's like you cannot get from point A to Z without all the letters being mixed up. Yeah. I don't freaking know if that makes sense.
Struggle pushed me to where I am today. I would have never even gone back to school if COVID hadn't shut down my whole life, right? Like I would have never stayed in Texas if I hadn't bought the house, if I hadn't got that blow dry bar job, if I hadn't lived with my parents and hated my life.
Yeah.
That year sucked, but it did get me to where I am.
Exactly. No, I think that's like the thing. And then it's also people will think like, oh, well, I'm 35 and I can't. And I'm like, no, but you can, because would you rather the next 10 years look like amazing and maybe you're working a lot harder than you have previously? Or do you want to, in 10 years, be like, man, I wish I would have started that business 10 years ago?
I also think, too, with like all the layoffs happening,
it's a great time for people.
It's a great time to just do it.
Yes.
Like you guys had jobs. You guys were getting laid off. You guys had jobs during COVID when we were.
You said
yeah. You guys had jobs during COVID when me and you had to sit our ass at home and watch our bank account get drained.
I will say I did have a job then.
Yeah. Oh. What did you do?
I was in property management.
Oh.
I'm very thankful.
Oh.
Yeah. So I also had a job. I mean, that's the thing is like for me in property management, it went from like I was always doing photography on the side, and then it got to a point where it was like, I swear I even had like the universe like pushing me out. They were like, get the fuck out. Like I didn't get fired.
Well, it's like, are you gonna bet on yourself?
Yeah.
Or are you gonna keep doing this forever?
How it was crazy. But I am thankful I had a job during that time, I will say, because I don't think I would have.
Yeah, I got laid off by the universe.
Yes.
Yeah, the universe like.
But if you are getting laid off now and you're like, I really want to start a business, if it is at all feasible, possible, go for it. Do it.
Also, I don't think people understand. I started my business with like $0.
Yeah.
Being honest, like during COVID. So I opened my salon last year. What was that? 2024.
It's only a year ago.
It's only a year ago.
2025. That's one thing about being an entrepreneur. You'll never know what day it is.
So during 2020, I had to move into another salon. I started with $0. Okay.
Wow.
When COVID ended, I had to, this is how down bad I was. I had to do someone's hair, use the money from doing their hair to go and buy supplies for the next person's hair. Right? You can start it with $0.
Yeah, I think there's ways.
It's
definitely.
just like you don't have to invest $30,000 into a business to get it off the ground. You can, DIY it, baby.
Also, not everything has to be perfect when you're first starting. Like that is a huge thing too, and you'll learn that. Like people who, because I get being a perfectionist, like, oh, we need to blah 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 blah. But if you're trying to establish something, like, stop trying to delay it because every little thing has to be perfect in its way before you can start it, because then it will literally never get started.
Right.
Because that is
It'll
just
never be
not.
perfect.
Yeah,
It'll never
that
be
is
perfect.
not how that
If
works.
I waited, I still wouldn't have anything.
Oh, same.
I like to jump in and figure it out. 'Cause
Yeah,
if
it
I
seems
have,
like it.
yeah, if I have pressure to figure it out, I'll figure it out.
Exactly. Yeah, I need like the pressure
hmm
of like
I have
timeline.
deadlines on
Yeah.
myself, and the
Yeah.
deadline is my credit card bill.
Amen. I know. I'm like, we didn't have student loan debt, but we do have credit card debt. Yeah,
Less.
Chase, please sponsor me and pay off my
less.
debt.
Yeah.
Yeah, significantly less, but still, it feels better. I'm
You know,
like, at least I don't have.
Let's say you want to be a photographer. If you needed to do it bare minimum, it's just a camera.
Exactly.
And like take photos outside at
Just start.
golden hour every day. And like that's the start
Yeah.
of your business. Then you'll have enough money for a light, okay? And then you can pay for
Yes.
the light, and then you can start paying for other stuff. Like
It's just like practicing and like finding your voice
Yeah.
within your work. Like,
just do
even
it.
if your entrepreneurial path is not like a creative one, so to speak, it's just like one of those things where you just have to start. You have to start and then figure it out. And also, like, I always say, I'm like, follow your passion, like, not necessarily the money. Like, obviously, the money will come, but like, if you are doing something that is so aligned with who you are and like what you want to be doing, or it's like, okay, this is the direction, like, the money will come, the clients will come.
Yeah.
But if you're like, I'm gonna only do this one thing because I know I can make money really quickly, short term, it'll
never work.
Yeah,
It'll
it's
never
not gonna work.
It also, you need to do something that you love so much that like I'm up every night dreaming and thinking about things. I was showing Drew, I have like 13 Pinterest boards going on right now.
I love them all. I'm ready.
Yeah.
I'm ready.
Because like I'm so excited about the future and like what I'm doing that like I I work all day at work, go home and just think about work.
Yeah.
Like not in a negative like, oh, now I have to answer emails. I'm thinking of work. I'm like, oh my God, like look at that. But what if I did this? Like
Like, what? Yeah.
because I'm the boss and I can change things at a moment's notice.
How is your work-life balance?
It's actually really good.
I've-
I only
Must be
work
nice.
3 days behind the chair, and then 2 days for my office days, and then weekends, phone off. I'm impossible to reach on the weekends.
That's so amazing.
Do not disturb is everything to me.
I guess you could. I feel like, yeah, in your industry, you could be that way.
In any industry.
I don't know. I don't feel like
I
I
have no way
could.
message.
I just don't think I could.
Well, my way message is like,
It's just be
"Hey, I'm
needy."
off right now. I'll answer on Monday. There is no such thing. Here's my thing. This is for every entrepreneur. There's no such thing as a photography emergency. Right?
Well,
No one's
yeah,
dying.
that is so true.
No one's dying. This isn't brain surgery. We are not surgeons. We are not doctors.
Yeah, I
There
know.
is no such thing as an emergency. There's no such thing as a hair emergency, even though people think so. It's
Yeah.
not an emergency.
That is so
You're
true.
not going to die if you have to wait one day for a response.
That is so true.
And
I need to get that through my brain.
Listen, here's the thing. I have lost clients over it. There's one in
But I feel like that's
particular-
also okay because it's like, why would you want them as a client if they're
That's
like,
my point. On one Monday, I opened my phone. I had 48 missed messages from this one lady.
48?
She was a therapist. That was scary to me.
Red flag.
Red flag. And she was just freaking out
Drop the
because
name. No, I'm just kidding.
she went to bed with her hair wet and it matted up. And
She didn't brush it?
I mean, here's the thing. Clients will never tell you the truth. Right?
Yeah, that is so
I'm like,
true.
oh yeah, you just like went to bed with your hair wet and it completely matted up that bad. Like
Like, that doesn't even.
the math isn't mathing on that.
So wet it and put some freaking conditioner in it.
Right. Just brush your hair. Like, do you think I have some magic brush that's gonna undo it? And I didn't respond because
Yeah.
my phone is on Do Not Disturb on the weekends. And on Monday, she fired me. She said that she couldn't believe that I wouldn't respond in her moment of stress. And so I just responded like, totally agree. I totally agree. I don't respond on the weekends. And if that is something that you're looking for in a service provider, if you are looking for someone who has no boundaries and no life outside of you messing your own hair up, then we're not a good fit. Goodbye. And then a couple months later, she tried to come back and I said, no.
Absolutely not. Yeah,
I'm like,
done.
you don't get to do that. And since I set my boundaries so like I have
You should know
boundaries.
she's a therapist.
Right. But it also goes both ways. Like I will never message a client.
48 times.
Right.
Hey,
Hey, crazy.
make sure your hair's not matted.
Right. Like, tell me to text you every night. Be like, hey, did you brush your hair?
Can you imagine? Good night, sweetie. Be sure to brush your hair.
You know, like I think it goes both ways. There's no such thing as an emergency. Take the time off. You like this comes also from a place of I have burnt myself out to the point of I couldn't even get out of bed. I was sick. I thought I was gonna have to get hospitalized. Like I couldn't function as a human anymore
Wow.
because I was working behind the chair 5 days a week, and then my days off, I needed to do the running the business portion, right?
Was this when you first opened your salon or
Yeah,
wow.
yeah.
Yeah.
And then,
I'm like,
I also travel for work. I take
yes.
clients.
Oh my gosh. I didn't even touch about this. She gets flown out by brands. Like, obviously you work with Amika.
Yeah.
But Sally Beauty flew her to freaking New York for a dinner.
Twice.
What was
Me on
there? Like
TV.
Brad Mondo.
Yeah, I
all like
sat next to Brad Mondo.
all like the hair people. And I'm just like,
I just was in LA doing an event with Shay Mitchell.
yes.
Right?
And
Like,
someone I actually photographed was there, and I was like, wait, that's so crazy. My worlds are colliding. Insane.
but you know what? This is a good piece of advice for everyone. Followers does not equal success. I have no followers.
Okay, you have some followers. You have like 2,000?
I have like 4,000. Okay,
4,000.
relax.
Followers? Well, I don't know.
Like followers does not mean success.
Yes,
I'm
that
an
is so
extremely
true.
successful business person, but I don't have followers because I don't feel like, I don't know. I just have a hard time with social media. It's something I'm like genuinely trying to work on. Because I would rather work on my business.
I think a lot of us entrepreneurs feel that way, me included. I hate doing social media. I can't wait to get to the point where I'm paying someone and I'm not having. Here are my galleries. Here are any videos I took. Knock yourself out. Have fun. Post whatever.
Is that a thing?
Yes.
Can I do that?
Girl, I've been trying to get you to do that for so long.
Well,
will do it. And what she'll do is she'll make the post and then you sign off on it.
I don't even care. I don't even need to see it.
Yeah, I know. That's why I told her. I was like, whatever, just do it.
Yeah, well, that's not bad at
she
all.
does like a Pilates place and then she does a bunch of photographers. But the one thing I will say with Matt, I feel like I'm always trying to like pitch her to you, but it's because I've noticed if you follow like what she's actually saying to a fucking T, you will have videos that pop off. And I've told her that. I was like, I've noticed that with her. I'm amazed by her brain with like, I think it's maybe because she's Gen Z. I don't know.
Yeah.
But I'm just like, oh my gosh.
That's so funny. I said the next thing I want to do is hire someone who's Gen Z.
Yeah. Like she just
that's
like,
actually on my list.
she just gets it.
Yeah. But anyways, that was my point. You don't need followers to be successful.
Yes. Circling back.
Yeah, circling back, followers does not equal success. 4,000 people is a lot of people.
Mm-hmm.
I would be overwhelmed if I walked into a room of 4,000 people, right? 200 people like your post, I would be overwhelmed if 200 people walked up to me and said, hey, I like that.
Yeah.
Right?
Exactly. I know. People need to like, they're always like, I only got 500 views. I'm like, imagine a room of 500 people.
Also, I did go viral. I have a very viral post. It has 28 million views. It means nothing.
Insane. Yeah.
It means literally.
Did it convert to sales? No.
No, it means nothing.
Did you get to monetize off of it?
No. Oh, no, I made $2.
Dude, I've been getting invoices from Meta and they're like, here's your monthly recap. $2.48. I'm like, can you keep your money?
No.
I don't want your $2.
No, it's literally, it's embarrassing.
Yes, I'm like, this is just like, stop sending me money.
Yeah, I don't want the $2.
Yeah.
I don't want
make
the
me
$2.
pay taxes on that.
Right. I don't want the W-2 at the end of the year.
Thanks for my pennies.
Yeah. No, it literally feels like we're on the side of the street and they're putting $1 in our cup.
I'm like, good job working 80 hours making those videos. Here's $1.
It's hard. So it's like
It's so
social
hard.
media is so time consuming that I don't think people realize.
No, because people are like, oh my God, you're a content creator. Like, truly, if I was a full-time content creator, I don't think I would be happy.
No.
Having to do like that much like video editing and constantly like my life would revolve. Like, your life is literally revolving around work. Because like content creators, that is your life. Like, that would be freaking hard.
Also, just like letting people into your life, like.
Because if I was making $1 million,
like,
it might not be that hard.
Yeah.
Still. But yeah, letting people into your life.
There is a price that I would do it for.
Yeah, same.
Also, since my boundaries are so like, don't talk to me on my weekend, I'd be like, don't.
Yeah.
No, you don't get to see my closet.
Exactly. Like, get away. Like, why are you asking about my hair routine?
Well, you
Well,
can
maybe
ask
not
about
that
that.
way.
You can ask about
Yeah. Bad example.
yeah. But don't ask about, like, I don't know,
My shoes.
my organization of my closet.
My
The answer
examples
is
are awful.
zero. The
Yeah.
answer is zero. There's none.
Oh, yeah, y'all don't want to see my closet.
Well, it's also, like, not everything has to be aesthetic. I hate this, like, aesthetic, like, thing that they're trying to sell us on the internet. Not everything's
Yeah.
aesthetic.
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 Because I'm sure if you actually walked into those people's houses, like, it is not as clean
The
as it
corner
looks.
is
I like to
great.
think that it's
Right.
not, at
The
least.
corner that you're recording in is great.
Everything else?
The rest is not. Or, like, building out my salon. I took so many videos. I look like shit. It's
Really?
like hair in a bun.
Yeah.
I'm wearing, like, these overalls that don't fit. Like, the angles are not cute because I was working.
Yes. Yeah, that's how it should be.
Like, I had things.
Imagine you're like fully like in glam, like painting the walls.
Well, it's like, because I had thought about it. I was like,
Yeah.
oh, I should probably like get ready for these videos. And I'm like, no, babe, you're putting flooring down today. Like,
Yeah, you're not gonna be
You're
in
not
your
going
high
full
heels.
glam.
That's where I actually do get hung up on, because like, I think because I do photography, so I'm such like a visually, not that I'm a visually aesthetic person, but I like to see things that
yeah.
are visually aesthetic. I mean, I guess I could be a visually aesthetic person. I don't like making videos unless I have like makeup on and stuff like
Right.
that. Like that, and so that will often prohibit me because I don't always want to get ready, or I'm like, today could be a great day filming, and I'm like, I have to put on makeup to
No.
do that.
You are preaching to the choir here.
Yeah.
Because I have the same issue of like, then getting ready takes like an hour and then my motivation's gone.
Exactly. And then I go right back into bed, and I'm like, okay, I guess let's get some inspo videos 3 hours later on TikTok.
Literally.
It's the worst.
Or
Okay.
I don't know, people make videos while doing their makeup. It's too
I have
stressful.
tried that a multitude of times, and I've also come to the same conclusion where I'm like, I can't. I'm like, am I talking too much? Or do I need to like pause it and then keep doing my makeup and then like circle back?
Right.
Like, it's not good for me.
Right. And then I'm like, should I script it? And then it looks like I'm reading a script. So
Yeah.
I'm putting mascara on and reading the line over and over.
It just becomes too much at some point. So
Yeah.
yeah, social media sucks. Hot take. Circling back to, I guess, the rest of everything about your career and how you've gotten there and how so many things have happened to get you to where you are. I think I want to end it off on, obviously we're going to plug you, but like, what is, I guess, the biggest piece of advice if someone's going to like, start a business? And I think oftentimes people get so like in their head and stuck, but what would be your biggest piece of advice to someone? Like, or best piece of advice you've received?
Oh, that's a good question. What is the best piece of advice I've received? I think truly the best piece of advice is keep your head down and keep going.
Mm-hmm.
Shit's gonna happen. You're gonna lose money at some point, right? Sorry about it.
Sorry about it.
the
It's gonna happen.
Like, you have to invest in things. Sometimes
Get good
investments
insurance,
don't
too.
pay off. Sometimes you can resell the thing that didn't pay off. But anytime like a wrench gets thrown your way, do not give up. There's plenty of times where, I mean, I've never had the luxury of giving up because it has been my income the whole time.
Mm-hmm.
And if I gave up, I'd have to start with somewhere else
Yeah.
at $0. So maybe put yourself in that position. You have no other choice.
Yeah. You just can't give up.
You just have to pivot. You just have to pivot. And anytime like a pivot happens, it's honestly for the better.
Yeah,
You're learning something from it.
I agree with that, definitely.
And yeah, like you can get like hold up on like, no, this is what I really wanted.
Mhm.
That's happened many times in my life where I fought the pivot and been like, no, I've worked really hard to get to this point and this is what I want to do. But now looking back, I'm like, oh, like that sweet little baby. She really thought that that's what she wanted.
Right,
Like,
yeah.
being a celebrity stylist, that was like my dream. Then I got there and was doing it and I hated it. Beck and call. I had people texting and calling me at any hour being like, I need my hair done tonight. And I'd have to get all my stuff and like run to their house and go do it. Or else they'd find somebody else. Or like someone else is going to swoop in and take the spot and then they'll never book me again if I say no. Right.
It's crazy.
I thought that was my dream life. Did it. It sucked. Pivot. You can pivot as many times as you want.
Exactly.
This is probably like my 9th business, if I'm being honest. I had a bridal business. I can go back. I can like go all the way back.
Okay, what
Okay,
do we
in
have?
school, I started Aoife Marie Beauty.
Mhm.
Actually, no, I started a blog. It was a
You
blog.
would have a blog.
Aoife Marie Beauty was a blog. It was a blog. It was a YouTube channel, which
Love
has
it.
been taken down. Thank God.
Damn it.
I found it.
We do need the pinup photos, though.
Yeah. Oh, I found a video of me doing my Halloween makeup, which was the pinup Joker.
I'm screaming.
You're right. I put that fully on YouTube. Bought like a DSLR camera to
Mhm.
film that tutorial to put it on YouTube because I thought it was gonna be that. Then I started a bridal company. It was Bloom Bridal. Worked that for a couple years. Then I went back to solo traveling. Then I opened my first studio salon. Well, then I assisted and worked in like big salons. Then I opened my first studio salon, Habit,
Mhm.
and it was a tiny one-chair studio on 41st Street. It ironically is across from the state hospital,
Oh,
which I didn't know at the time.
great.
And there was a homeless man living in my shed. Also, there was one bathroom and there was no bathroom in the business next door. So I had to make a deal with them that they could come use my bathroom. But the shampoo bowl was in the hallway.
Stop.
It was so bad. It
This
was so
is
bad.
this is
It
wild.
was so bad. Then COVID happened, so then I went back to booth rental, and then Aoife Marie Beauty became a thing again.
Mhm.
Then I
Bringing her back.
started. Oh, then during COVID, I was selling masks and matching scrunchies that I was sewing myself and selling them on Etsy. So that was a whole
That's
business.
so cute.
'Cause I
You'd really
needed
be
money.
pivoting.
I'd really be pivoting. Then I started the hair loss stuff. Then I started the head spa, and now I'm starting a brand. This is, girl. But that's
I can't wait.
every single thing was a tiny step in the right direction. I've had to close all of those businesses.
No more masks and
You'd be surprised. Oh, I have a podcast. Like,
yes,
I'm logged into like 19 Instagram accounts. And
crazy.
those are just my businesses. Those aren't even like the side hustle jobs. Because I also had side hustle jobs. I bartended. I worked in a coffee shop. I screen printed t-shirts.
Okay, that's fun.
I screen printed t-shirts for like 2 years. Just as like a side hustle job while I was also doing hair. Um,
Do you have all the screen printing stuff?
yeah, I do.
We
I
gotta make
do.
some t-shirts.
Yeah, make some stuff. But like I've worked with many brands, traveled, like done all of that. Your life as an entrepreneur will change every year.
Yes, I always feel like there's something every year that I like grow or learn from too, or like changes in a way.
Every year it's like there's a new project, I would say.
Yeah, it's like there's something to take away from that year. Aoife, it has been so amazing. I'm so glad we got to do this.
Finally.
So much fun having you on. Tell us where we can find you. Give us a little plug.
Okay, so you can find me at Aoife Marie Beauty, Aoife Marie Beauty. All the other links are attached to that. So I have a podcast called Hairy Ladies,
Love it.
where I talk about hair stuff. Amber Salon and Head Spas, the salon. Sayla is the product line, but everything is like attached to the Aoife Marie Beauty account. So
Incredible. Well,
check it out.
Yes, everyone go look her up. Thank you so much again.